Hello everyone, welcome back to Film Shift Central. Today, we're diving into a comprehensive ranking of all 97 Best Picture winners, from number 97 all the way up to number 1. I've organized them into 6 distinct tiers: low, meh, okay, good, great, and A-class. Keep in mind, this list is entirely my personal take, there's no right or wrong here. So, if you enjoy the video, please like and share your thoughts in the comments. What's your favorite or least favorite Best Picture winner?
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again.
And the Oscar goes to
Slumdog Millionaire,
An American in Paris,
Platoon,
Birdman,
Chariots of Fire,
Driving Miss Daisy,
Forrest Gump, From Here to Eternity,
DG,
Hamlet,
Gandhi,
Amadeus,
Tom Jones,
Ben-Hur, Braveheart,
American Beauty,
The Apartment, In the Heat of the Night, Midnight Cowboy, $1 Million Baby,
Oliver,
My Fair Lady,
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Rain Man,
Patton,
Ordinary People,
Shakespeare in Love,
The English Patient,
Lawrence of Arabia,
West Side Story,
Marty,
No Country for Old Men.
You're supposed to say, and the Oscar goes to.
and the winner is...
Let's start with the low tier. These are the films I consider the weakest among the winners. Some have not aged well, others feel overrated, and a few just didn't capture my interest enough to revisit. Alright, here we go. 97, Round the World in 80 Days, 1956. Honestly, there's not much to say here. It's simply not a good movie. 96, Cimarron, 1931. This one just didn't click for me. I found it hard to get through. 95, The Great Ziegfeld, 1936. While the musical numbers are impressive, sitting through the entire film felt like a real challenge. 94, The Greatest Show on Earth, 1952. Not as bad as some others on this list, but still disappointing, especially knowing it won over Singing in the Rain. 93, Cavalcade, 1933. Simply put, it didn't work for me. 92, Platoon, 1986. I appreciate some of Oliver Stone's work, but this film didn't resonate with me personally. 91, Out of Africa, 1985. A real missed opportunity considering Meryl Streep's talent. I think it's overrated. 90, Nomadland, 2020. I found it hard to connect with the film, it felt quite detached overall. 89, Rocky, 1976. I couldn't relate to the main character, and the story didn't really speak to me. 88, Hamlet, 1948. While some may enjoy it, the dialogue and delivery didn't work for me, despite the beautiful cinematography. 87, The Broadway Melody, 1929. Not a great film, but it does have a catchy song. As a musical fan, that counts for something, though not enough to save it. 86, The Life of Emile Zola, 1937. Honestly, I barely remember this one. That pretty much sums it up. 85, A Man for All Seasons, 1966. I recall the title, but the film itself didn't leave a lasting impression. 84, Chariots of Fire, 1981. The race scenes are visually appealing, but the rest of the movie didn't hold up for me. 83, Braveheart, 1995. Technically impressive, especially the battle scenes, but overall it just didn't engage me. 82, Going My Way, 1944. The lead's voice is pleasant, but beyond that, the film didn't capture my interest. 81, Forrest Gump, 1994. This one's hugely overrated in my opinion. That year had stronger contenders like Quiz Show or even Pulp Fiction. Now we're moving into the meh tier. These aren't awful, they didn't frustrate me or make me want to turn them off, but I still didn't feel much watching them. They're just kinda there. 80, The Hurt Locker, 2009. It was the first film to win Best Director for a woman, and I respect it in that regard. It's well directed. But aside from that, I just didn't connect with it. 79, Spotlight, 2015. It has a great screenplay, no doubt. But overall, the movie is kind of just there. 78, Tom Jones, 1963. There are funny moments. But when the humor doesn't land, it's just annoying. 77, Gigi, 1958. This musical has some catchy songs here and there, but the lyrics can get awkward, and overall it's overly long with poor pacing. 76, The French Connection, 1971. The chase scene is iconic, probably the best scene in the movie. But overall, I'm not very high on it. 75, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, 2003. I'm not going to say too much before I get crucified. I did like the final battle sequence. But yeah, that's all I'll say. 74, How Green Was My Valley, 1941. When I first watched this, I wasn't a John Ford fan. Since then, I've seen more of his work, so maybe I need to revisit it. 73, The English Patient, 1996. Yeah, it's very beautiful, but also very boring. 72, A Beautiful Mind, 2001. There's nothing I hate more than a bait and switch. I found this morbid. Once you've seen one of these schizophrenia twist films, the first one feels amazing, the second is fine, but the rest just don't hit the same. If I'd seen this before the others, maybe I'd like it more. I know it's based on a real person, but it still didn't land. 71, Mrs. Miniver, 1942. Yeah, it's decent. That's about it. 70, Dances with Wolves, 1990. Yeah, it's fine. But it didn't do much for me. 69, The Best Years of Our Lives, 1946. This one had its moments. It's thoughtful and well acted, but I wasn't emotionally pulled in the way I wanted to be. Now we're getting into the okay tier. These are the ones I actually started to enjoy. Maybe I wouldn't rush to rewatch them, but they had something I liked, whether it was a strong performance, a memorable scene, or just a vibe I could get behind. 68, Oliver. 1968. It has charm and energy. The songs are hit or miss, but it's a decent musical overall. 67, The King's Speech, 2010. It's well acted and nicely shot. I wouldn't say it's groundbreaking, but it's enjoyable enough. 66, The Bridge on the River Kwai, 1957. A solid war film. It's long, but there's some real tension and great acting throughout. 65, Argo, 2012. Entertaining, slick, and well-paced. A good thriller, even if the Best Picture win was a little surprising. 64, You Can't Take It With You, 1938. It's light, feel-good Frank Capra. Not as iconic as his others, but still fun. 63, Unforgiven, 1992. A dark, revisionist western. I respect what it's doing, it's just not a personal favorite. 62, The Lost Weekend, 1945. As a huge Billy Wilder fan, I was surprised that this film didn't blow me away, but it's a decent watch. 61, Driving Miss Daisy, 1989. It's sweet, and the chemistry is solid. Feels a bit safe, but not bad at all. Still wish Dead Poets Society won though. 60, Schindler's List, 1994. Powerful and hard to watch, not a favorite, but it's undeniably well made. 59, The Godfather Part 2, 1974. I know. People love this one. For me, it's good, but I prefer the first film by a landslide. 58, Grand Hotel, 1932. It's an interesting ensemble piece. Kind of a time capsule. Not bad at all. 57, Crash, 2005. This one's become infamous over time. I don't hate it, still prefer Brokeback Mountain because Crash does feel a bit heavy-handed at times. 56, The Artist, 2011. It's charming, and I appreciate the silent film tribute. But it doesn't leave a huge impact. 55, Lawrence of Arabia, 1962. Epic, sweeping, and technically brilliant. But for some sections it loses steam. 54, Green Book, 2018. Some strong performances, but it plays things way too safe. A bit too sanitized. It's like another Driving Miss Daisy. 53, In the Heat of the Night, 1967. It's got power and relevance, and Sidney Poitier is great. But as a whole, it didn't blow me away. 52, Annie Hall, 1977. I can see why it was influential. There are funny moments, but some of the meta elements don't gel well with the story. 51, From Here to Eternity. A strong cast and some iconic scenes. A solid wartime romance drama. Frank Sinatra shines the brightest in this. $50 Million Baby, 2004. Emotionally effective, well acted, and it has a great narrative turn that I enjoy way more than the first half of the film. Now we're getting into the good tier, the movies that I think are genuinely strong, even if they don't quite break into greatness. These are well-crafted, memorable films that I recommend to almost anyone. 49, No Country for Old Men, 2007. Every time Javier Bardem is on screen, this movie is a 10. His performance as Anton Chigurh is bone-chilling. I just wish he were the true lead. The film feels a little adrift when he's not around. 48, Wings, 1927. The first Best Picture winner ever. It's surprisingly solid, especially the aerial dogfights, and for its time, it's a marvel. You really captured that old-school wartime bravado and emotion. 47, All Quiet on the Western Front, 1930. Raw, heavy, and unflinching, and for me, this original version is better than the newer remake. Its message hits hard, and even today, its realism is chilling. 46, The Sting, 1973. A sitcom movie with charm to spare. Redford and Newman are magnetic, and even though the plot's more playful than profound, it's incredibly watchable. 45, On the Waterfront, 1954. Brando brings fire to the screen, and that I could have been a contender scene still hits. 44, The Last Emperor, 1987. An epic visual feast. The production design is stunning, but emotionally, it keeps me at arm's length. Gorgeous, but a bit hollow. 43, Honora, 2024. A bold, gritty film that's definitely well made, but I don't think it's the masterpiece that many critics are calling it. Still, a good, engaging story with real stakes. 42, Shakespeare in Love, 1998. I know, it's a controversial winner. But I genuinely love this movie. It's clever, romantic, and so well written. It gets way too much hate just for beating Saving Private Ryan. 41, All About Eve, 1950. Bette Davis is absolutely iconic here. Her line readings are next level, every line she delivers is sharp enough to cut glass. It's theatrical in all the best ways. 40, My Fair Lady, 1964. A beautiful musical with Audrey Hepburn shining in every scene. Honestly, it's a shame she wasn't even nominated for Best Actress, she absolutely deserved the award. 39, Platoon, 1986. Intense and grimy, this is a brutal portrait of war's moral collapse. I admire it more than I love it, but it's undeniably powerful. 38, The Sound of Music, 1965. Yes, it's a bit sugary, but I can't deny its charm. Julie Andrews is endlessly watchable, and the songs are burned into pop culture forever. 37, West Side Story, 1961. The choreography, the music, the energy, it's a feast. Some parts haven't aged perfectly, but the raw emotion and style still hold up beautifully. Alright, now we're moving into the great tier. These are the Best Picture winners that really impressed me. Maybe they're not quite in my personal top tier, but they got that special mix of strong storytelling, unforgettable moments, and lasting impact. 36, The Apartment, 1960. Ahead of its time and filled with heart. Billy Wilder balances melancholy and charm so well here. Jack Lemmon and Shirley MacLaine have such a real, vulnerable chemistry, it's sweet, sad, and smart all at once. 35, Gandhi, 1982. A sweeping historical epic that plays it a bit safe narratively, but Ben Kingsley's performance is absolutely monumental. He becomes Gandhi. You feel the weight of every choice he makes. 34, Mutiny on the Bounty, 1935. A classic power struggle at sea with strong performances and an epic feel for its time. It's a bit slower than modern audiences might like, but it has real gravitas. 33, Slumdog Millionaire, 2008. A fairy tale wrapped in poverty and grit. The editing and music are electric, and the story just pulls you in. It's a crowd pleaser, but in a good way, slick, emotional, and full of energy. 32, Rebecca, 1940. Hitchcock's only Best Picture winner, and it's a brooding gothic dream. The atmosphere is thick, the mystery is haunting, and the shadow of Rebecca looms large. It's romantic and unsettling all at once. 31. Midnight Cowboy, 1969. Bleak, raw, and weirdly touching. It's a gritty time capsule of New York in the late 60s, with a heartbreaking duo at its center. That ending still gets to me. 30. The Departed, 2006. Scorsese finally wins Best Picture, not for his best film, but a damn entertaining one. Fast, violent, sharp, and full of iconic performances. The ending is a bit much, but it's a ride. 29. Gladiator, 2000. Pure old school epic, Russell Crowe commands the screen and Ridley Scott brings grandeur back to the Colosseum. It's not deep, but it knows exactly what it is and nails it. 28. 12 Years a Slave, 2013. A devastating and powerful portrayal of American slavery. The filmmaking is beautiful but never sugarcoats the pain. It's not an easy watch, but it's essential. 27. Chicago, 2002. A musical with bite. The razzle-dazzle, the satire, the editing, it all works. Velma and Roxy are endlessly fun to watch, and the whole thing moves like a well-oiled machine. 26. Marty, 1955. Small, simple, and kind of perfect. It's about real people with real insecurities, and that's what makes it feel so special. Ernest Borgnine gives such a warm, grounded performance. 25. All the King's Men, 1949. One of the great political dramas. It's about power and corruption and how good intentions can rot. Feels surprisingly modern in its themes, still very relevant. 24. Titanic, 1997. Yeah, it's melodramatic, but also kind of magnificent. The scale, the emotion, the detail, James Cameron went all in. And say what you want, that sinking sequence is still incredible. 23. Birdman, 2014. A surreal deep dive into ego, performance, and self-worth. I love how it blurs the line between reality and illusion. Keaton is phenomenal, and that one-take illusion really sells the chaos. 22. Gentleman's Agreement, 1947. One of the first major studio films to tackle anti-Semitism head-on. It's a bit dated in style, but the message still resonates. You can feel its importance. 21. The Deer Hunter, 1978. Slow and heavy, but totally unforgettable. De Niro is brilliant, and those Russian roulette scenes are as haunting as anything ever put on film. Not easy to sit through, but that's the point. 20. Casablanca, 1943. What can I say? It's Casablanca. Every line is a quote, every scene is iconic. It earns its classic status, Bogart and Bergman just glow on screen. 19. Oppenheimer, 2023. A historical epic that moves like a psychological thriller. Nolan's at the top of his game here, dense, ambitious, and totally absorbing. One of the best recent winners, no question. 18. Rain Man, 1988. An emotional road trip story that's carried by amazing performances. Hoffman gets most of the attention, but Cruise is just as good here. It's sentimental, but it earns that emotion. We've made it to the top. These are the films that aren't just great, they're unforgettable. Bold, emotional, masterfully crafted, this is my A-class tier, the absolute Best Picture winners. Number 17. An American in Paris, 1951. A visual feast with some of the most inventive choreography ever put on screen. That final ballet sequence. Pure movie magic. Number 16. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, 1975. A powerhouse of performances. Nicholson owns every frame, and Louise Fletcher's Nurse Ratched is terrifyingly calm. Raw, funny, tragic, everything at once. Number 15. The Silence of the Lambs, 1991. Chilling, gripping, and brilliantly acted. Hopkins and Foster are electric together. This is how you make a thriller that sticks in your bones. Number 14. The Shape of Water, 2017. Yes, the romance is strange, and yes, I love it for that. A bold, bizarre fairy tale that somehow works completely. Number 13. Terms of Endearment, 1983. Emotional without being manipulative. Shirley MacLaine and Deborah Winger give performances that feel lived in and unforgettable. Number 12. Ben-Hur, 1959. Epic in the truest sense, from the massive scale to the intimate emotion. And that chariot race? Still unmatched. Number 11. Ordinary People, 1980. Quiet but devastating. This one hit me hard. Timothy Hutton's performance is just heartbreaking motion. Number 10. It Happened One Night, 1934. Effortlessly charming. Gable and Colbert basically invented romantic comedy chemistry, and it still holds up 90 years later. Number 9. Gone with the Wind, 1939. The scale, the ambition, the performances, especially Vivien Leigh, are unforgettable. A complicated classic, but a classic nonetheless. Number 8. Coda, 2021. A warm heart of a movie. It may be simple, but its heart is enormous, and that family dynamic felt so real. Number 7. Kramer vs. Kramer, 1979. One of the best portrayals of divorce and parenthood I've seen. Hoffman and Streep are both raw and deeply human. Number 6. Everything Everywhere All at Once, 2022. A multiversal, genre-smashing emotional roller coaster. Somehow absurd and deeply meaningful at the same time. Loved every second. Number 5. Moonlight, 2016. Poetic, intimate, and powerful. Every chapter hits differently, and the ending is one of the most quietly emotional things I've ever seen. Number 4. The Godfather, 1972. Iconic for a reason. A perfect blend of storytelling, performance, and atmosphere. Every scene is essential. Number 3. Parasite, 2019. Genre-defying and totally gripping. The shift in tone, the class commentary, the precision, Bong Joon-ho made a masterpiece. Number 2. American Beauty, 1999. Controversial now, maybe, but this film hit me on every level when I first saw it. Visually rich, emotionally complex, and unforgettable. Number 1. Amadeus, 1984. My favorite Best Picture winner of all time. Every scene, every performance, every note is perfect. Funny, tragic, grand, and intimate, Amadeus is everything I want in a film. And that's the full countdown, all 97 Best Picture winners, ranked. If you've been following along, thank you. This list is personal, and I know we won't all agree, so drop your top picks in the comments. What's your number 1?